Today we are going to be learning Wix datasets in under 10 minutes. Make sure to stick around till the very end where I clarify a point that confuses a lot of beginners using datasets. First of all, let's answer the question, what is a dataset? You can think of a dataset as a bridge between the data in your CMS collections, which we talked about last time, and the elements of your website. This bridge helps you decide which data to display where and in what form that data should be displayed. We have new videos every week, and that next one might just have the magic you need for your site and business. The best way not to miss it is to listen to all these happy subscribers and hit that subscribe button. To add a dataset to a page, we're going to go over here to the CMS part of the side panel, and we're going to make sure that we are in the main section of this panel. Here we're going to go to Manage Page Connections, and we're just going to click on that part. And then on the right-hand side of our page, you'll see this Dataset Management Center open up. Now to add a dataset, all we need to do is click over here to add a dataset and select the collection that we want to connect it to. Here we're going to select the example collection from our collection, but you're going to select your collection based on its name from this list. Then we're going to have the dataset name. You can call it whatever you want, and you can change it later. Just hit Create to finalize the creation of the dataset. In order to connect an element to a dataset, all we need to do is select that element. And then here on the upper right, you'll see we have this squiggly line between two dots that says Connect to CMS. Once we click that, it will open the dataset panels up again. But here we are on the settings of this specific element, and we are able to choose which dataset to connect to. If you only have one dataset on the page, Wix will automatically default to that dataset, but we could also choose to switch it or to disconnect by selecting Not Connected. After we select the dataset, the next thing we're going to do is decide which field this element is going to be connected to. Depending on the element that we're connecting, we'll have different connection options. So here we have the text connects to. This will be the content of our text, and we can select, for example, here title, and then you'll see that over here our elements text has been replaced by data from our data collection, specifically the pickle item. We can also do something similar here for the image. So we select the image and then connect to CMS. And here for an image, you'll see that you have slightly different connection options. For one, an image connects to an image source that we can select over here. And we also have the option to connect alt text and to link the image to navigate to a specific page if it's clicked on. In order to control how the data from our collection is displayed on our site through the dataset, we have two tools that we saw in the CMS collection itself as well. That is the filter and the sort. Filter will determine which items to display based on a specific criteria, and sort will determine the order of those items based on specific criteria. You can see that out of the box, we don't have any filters added, and we have the sort set to new to old, which means that most recent items added to the collection will be shown first, and the oldest items added to the collection will be shown last. Before we demonstrate filters and sorts through our dataset, let's take a look at the data collection it is connected to in order to understand the data that's feeding it. As you can see here in the example collection, which our dataset is connected to, we have 3 items, and these items are pickle, orange, and apple, each with a title and corresponding image. At the moment, it's displaying the first item, which is the pickle item over here, and note that it's displaying this as the first item, not because it's the first over here in our collection display at the moment, but because it is the newest item that was added to our collection. Let's say, for example, I want it instead to display this apple item. What I can do is I can add a filter by title to display the item for which the title is equal to apple. Let's set that up in our dataset. To set that up through our dataset, we are going to go over here to Add Filter, And we have the field title selected by default. We can change that if we wanted to set up a different condition. We have the condition is. We could also determine a different condition based on our needs. And here we can enter the value. So for our case where we want to show the Apple item based on the fact that the title is Apple, what I can do over here is set the value to Apple and then click Add Filter. Now you'll see that both items over here in our canvas will change to display data from the Apple item. Let's now try and achieve the same effect by using a sort instead of a filter. Instead of having the sort by date created, I'm going to add in a new sort, and I'm going to determine that we're going to sort by the title field, and we're going to change the order from A to Z. Thus, Apple should be the first in the order and should be the one to display. I'm going to go ahead and add that sort, and now you can see that we're displaying Apple. Both the filter and sort work in this way when they have only one item displaying and single elements connected. The behavior of filter and sort will differ quite significantly once we connect repeating elements such as a repeater and table in future videos. It's important to note that while they are called the same thing, the sort and filter over here inside of our collection are completely different from the sort and filter in the dataset. If you set up a sort and filter here in the collection, it will not be reflected in the dataset unless we choose the option over here to apply order to site. So let's see how that would work. So for example, if I switch around the order over here, so let's say I move the orange over here to be on top, and Wix is enabling custom sort. Then I click over here to apply order to site, just like that. And if we go over here to the data set, we can then go ahead and remove our sort over here, just like that. And you'll notice here now that it says collection order. So the sort is essentially based on the order of the items that we set in the CMS. And you can see now that the orange is being displayed because we moved that to be the first item. By default, datasets are set up per page. This example dataset that we have set up, this is active only for the home page, which we added it to. If we were to go over here to our pages and menu and switch, for example, to this new page over here, then this page will not have any datasets associated with it. If we go to main and manage page connections, you'll see here there are no datasets on this page at the moment. Within a dataset settings, we do have the option to set a dataset to apply to all pages or be a global dataset. We can do this by scrolling all the way down to the bottom in the dataset settings and toggling on show on all pages. This is something that we'll typically do for elements that display on all pages, such as elements in our header or in our footer. You'll notice that if you connect an element in your header or footer to the CMS and you add a new dataset, that dataset will automatically be set to be a global dataset. So for example, if I go to the dataset settings and scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see here that this already is set to show on all pages because it's connected to a header element. If we go to view all page datasets, you can now see that there are some page datasets, which are over here under datasets, as well as global datasets. Those are the datasets that will show for all pages of the website. You may have noticed that in the previous example, I connected a new dataset to the same data collection. This is where a lot of people struggle to understand datasets conceptually and separate them both from the elements displayed on the canvas and the CMS collection itself. It's important to remember that the dataset is essentially an intermediary between the data collection and the elements on your site. It is not the data collection itself. That way you can have multiple intermediaries that translate the data from the collection into different representations that can then be connected to the elements on your site. One thing that can help you conceptualize this is thinking about the directionality. The elements on your site cannot affect the dataset, and the dataset cannot affect the data collection. On the other hand, if you make a change within the data collection, that can affect the data that is processed within the datasets, and then afterwards the data that is displayed on the connected elements on your site. To illustrate this relationship between data collections, data sets, and the elements on our website, I've set up 3 identical sets of text and images. I'm going to select the first text over here and click Connect to CMS. I'm going to add in a new data set and connect this to the example collection. This will be dataset example dataset 1. I'm going to go ahead and create it, and I'm going to connect the text to the title field like we did previously. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the image, and I'm going to connect it to the same example dataset and to the image field. Next, I'm going to select the second text and connect it to CMS. Instead of connecting it to example dataset 1, I'm going to add a new dataset. This dataset will be connected to the same example collection, and this will be example dataset number 2. So now we have 2 datasets connected to one single collection. I'm going to connect the text to the title field, and I'm going to connect the image to the image field after selecting the example dataset 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the dataset settings of example dataset number 2, and I'm going to add a filter. This filter will say that the title is Apple, the same condition that we used before, and I'm going to add in a filter. So now essentially we have 2 data sets on our page. If we go to view all page datasets, we have example dataset 1, which has no filter, and example dataset 2, which has a filter. Both of them are connected to the same collection, and they are connected to different elements on our page. What I can do with the third element now is I can connect it to one of our existing datasets. So I'm going to select, for example, dataset 1, and I'm going to select here dataset 1. I'm going to connect the image to our image field and connect the text to our title field. So you'll notice that the 2 elements which are connected to the same dataset are displaying the same data, and the middle text and image which are connected to the dataset number 2 are displaying different data. So in total we have 3 elements, 2 datasets, and 1 collection, and we can arrange these in different combinations to display data in different ways. That's a wrap about datasets, the super important no-code bridge between our CMS collections and the elements on our site. In future videos, we're going to be seeing how this cornerstone of data-driven Wix websites acts in different scenarios, such as custom forms, dynamic pages, and repeating elements. Having a good understanding of datasets and how they work is fundamental to building data-driven Wix websites and all the things we're about to learn in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next episodes of this series.